Hello there, I'm Alistair Forbes, CEO of the Tech for Good Alliance. I'm very pleased to be joined today by Angus Huntley from Newcastle Vision Support and Simon Tindall and Owen Corrigan of BJSS. We're going to be talking about a Tech for Good project that the BJSS team delivered to Newcastle Vision Support and get the perspectives of all those who took part in this and how the project has gone. So to start off with, Angus, the project originally came about as a result of you being a participant in a tech forum from Visionary, and that made you aware of the Tech for Good Alliance and the opportunity to get some support from companies like BJSS. So it'd be great if you could talk us through a little bit about, what that triggered in your mind and the idea that you had and came to us with for the project.
Hi, Alistair. Yes, I found the presentation at the Visionary Tech Forum absolutely fascinating. And that set a few thoughts running in my mind about how we could improve things at Newcastle Vision Support through technology for both our service users and for ourselves as an organisation. The main idea I had was to develop an Alexa skill, which could be used to deliver content to our service users who might otherwise find the content difficult to access. And it would also have the advantage of ultimately helping to lower production costs for ourselves. At present, we send out correspondence in large print, Braille, and on audio CD. I thought that we could reduce our production costs by delivering our newsletter through Alexa to our service users, and also utilizing the Alexa functionality to list events that are taking place at Newcastle Vision Support.
Right. Okay. So pretty clear idea of what you were looking to achieve there, which is always a good starting point. With the BJSS team, so BJSS has been a member of the Tech for Good Alliance for some time, and we had spoken with some of you guys from Newcastle about the possibility of working on a project. So probably worth just talking very briefly, maybe Simon, in terms of BJSS's commitment to social impact and supporting the community. That's kind of the backdrop to your involvement with the Alliance.
Yeah. So BJSS's involvement is they really want to make an impact on sort of the community and the society in general. And Tech for Good has been absolutely ideal for this, because they give us the project and we can sort of say this is the one that we really want to focus on, not just in the in what the charity is that we'd be working with, but also the tech stack and what toolings that we'd use. So we had capacity with Owen and the team for them to jump onto this project, and an Alexa skill and sort of working with smart technology was something that really sort of ticked the boxes for us. So we were able to get the people onto the project, and there was that kind of mutual beneficial side of things there, because Owen and the team got to upskill in Alexa skills, and we got to work with this fantastic charity.
Brilliant. And in terms of putting together the team for this, I know you had a few members of the team who were involved in delivering this. So you had a mix of skills?
Yes, so it wasn't just software engineers. What we were keen to do was run this as a project like we would a normal client, and give it the respect that the project deserves. So we were keen to get people that were skilled in delivery as well as people that were skilled in software development. So we had a business analyst on board. The first processes that we went through were doing a discovery, working with Angus to understand what it is that they actually wanted, exploring a few different options such as podcasts, as well as the Alexa skill, and ultimately creating that backlog of tasks that we'd be needed to work through. And then that set the software engineers, or put the software engineers in a good position that they could deliver something at the end of it.
Great stuff. So, Owen, coming to you in terms of the actual delivery of the project, how did that progress? I know you looked at a couple of different options for how you might deliver the solution, and settled on the one you finally delivered.
Yeah, so there was a few constraints that we had on the project. Obviously, Newcastle Vision Support had no real budget to add extra cost to whatever the platform was we decided to use. So the biggest thing was finding platforms and solutions that were not going to cost them anything extra. Also, as well, this has to be maintained by the charity. So whilst a lot of these platforms that we use, like AWS, Azure, things like that, are very straightforward to us as developers, we know how to use them. Just leaving a charity with that and saying, there you go, would be no use to them at all. So it was trying to make sure that they had something so that they feel confident that they can maintain the skill and that can actually, keep using it. And it's not just something that works for a few months for them and then dries up. So as Angus has already touched on, they're looking to reduce their production and distribution costs. And this is like a great way that we've managed to find that actually we can help them achieve that potentially.
Fantastic. And in terms of delivering the solution, were there any kind of technical challenges that you guys had to overcome? I mean, Simon mentioned that there was an opportunity for some of the team to learn new skills.
Yeah, I mean, so we've never done Alexa skills before as a team, so this was new to us. So learning how to do that was really great for us. It was a good opportunity. Fairly fortunately, that landed within our wheelhouse. It's the kind of things still using programming languages we've used previously, but the actual Alexa platform was completely new. There was also some technical limitations within what we were attempting to deliver and the website that Newcastle Vision Support already had. But with the way we delivered this, with doing it agile, we were able to see those coming up and we were able to pivot and able to still deliver something that gives them the functionality that they require, and still deliver it without, like previously, adding any extra costs and any extra platforms for them to use. So yeah, we were fairly fortunate in that respect.
Well, you say fortunate, but I mean, obviously, I think it sounds like you made some well thought through choices, which is great. And the fact there's a platform there, and I think, as you say, for a lot of charities, it's really important that the solutions that get delivered are ones that are sustainable for them. And the Alexa platform, obviously, is very widely used and it's maintained, so that's great. So, Angus, coming back to you, all this great work done by the team at BJSS, you've now started rolling it out and encouraging your service users to use that. How is that being received?
Well, it's early days at the minute, but it was rolled out at the end of August, and our latest newsletter is up there on the platform, and the events list is updated in real time as it's updated, as new content is added or new events are added. So far, I think that it's not really well known about yet, but we aim to publicize it a lot more. When I go to set up and install an Alexa device in a new service user's house, I can demonstrate our Newcastle Vision Support skill as one of the first things we do. So that's great. And I think it'll probably just spread through word of mouth. In terms of how it's received by staff at Newcastle, at Newcastle Vision Support, I think people are in general pretty amazed that we have this. I think we're one of the first local sight loss charities to have such a skill or an Alexa skill, and I think other charities are curious as to how we've done it. But yeah, I think it will be very well received going forward. It's probably also worth saying at this point that the way that BJSS have implemented this is brilliant, because not only do we get the the content available on Alexa, but we get the newsletter as a podcast embedded into our website as well. So it's a win-win, really. So it increases the scope of delivering the content still further.
Excellent. And you and I spoke a few days ago, and we were talking about the fact that we're certainly always really keen to take the solutions that have been developed and make them more widely available. And I think you were saying that you obviously have a lot of contacts within the visual impairment support network, Visionary and elsewhere, that there may be opportunities for other similar charities to be able to adopt this for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see why not. Anything that can help charities to reduce their production costs and increase the availability of content to their users has to be a good thing. And if this has developed a template for that, then I think that's excellent. It would also be great if we could further develop this in the future to either make it easier to upload content and to deliver more of our written content, or to refine what we already have to improve upon that going forward. But everyone is really quite amazed and impressed about what's been achieved here. Also, from my own personal perspective, I think it's probably just worth noting here that I'm really amazed and impressed by what felt like that we've been able to turn what felt like a bit of a mad and crazy idea at the time into something that is in use in less than 4 months. I think that's really quite impressive, and I'd like to thank the Tech for Good Alliance and BJSS at this point for making this a reality. It really will make a difference, and it's very much appreciated.
That's fantastic to hear. Thank you very much, Angus. Simon, coming back to you, for the people within the team that worked on this, along with Owen, it's obviously important that, as well as delivering something of value to the charity, that the people working on the project and the organisation are also getting some benefits. So what's been the feedback from the people who worked on the project about their experience and their appetite for doing some more?
Well, they've absolutely loved it. Not wanting to speak for you and saying how much you enjoyed something, but it's all I've heard is positive. And as soon as we sort of went through to production with this, it was like, right, what can we do now? And ultimately, I mean, I'm a developer as well, and the one of the reasons we get into this industry is to try and make a difference with something. And this is, I'm getting goosebumps. This is the reason we do it. We absolutely love it. And the beauty about Tech for Good, and the way that not just this project, but future Tech for Good projects with BJSS work, is that we can say, right, we have got capacity. We've got people that are free to do this work for the next 3, 4, 5 weeks. What can we do to help? And it really is great. We've got we've opened up to, we've got placement students from Newcastle College joining BJSS for 6-month work placements, and a Tech for Good project is absolutely ideal for them. They can it's a well-run, well-managed project, and ultimately we're having double impact for half of the effort, and we've got a student in at the moment. He's going to be going on to a Tech for Good project shortly. There's a project which is also with a visual impairment charity as well, that we're going to look at to get some of our other developers on it, and it's going to be a mobile app that we're going to be developing, getting these people at the start of their career important, valuable experience. And I genuinely think that this project or this relationship that we have with Tech for Good is going to help a lot of people solve that issue of I can't get this job because I don't have experience, but no one's willing to give me experience. And
Absolutely.
like that is such a powerful thing, and it's something that I struggled with in my journey through to where I am. But I do think that it's a good, powerful relationship to have, and will definitely making a difference.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, Simon. Well, great. Thank you very much to everybody for taking part in the conversation today. It's tremendously gratifying just to see that all-round benefit for so many of the people involved directly in the project and who will benefit from it. So delighted to have you all with us today, and we look forward to what the next projects look like with both Newcastle Vision Support and with BJSS in Newcastle. So thank you very much, everybody, and have a great day.